Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be wrapping some presents and answering some questions. So real quick before we get started, I want to apologize for the glare on my glasses. I am blind, so sorry about that. I'm actually not that blind, but I am to the point in my life where I need to wear glasses or contacts to like be able to see. So that kind of sucks. Yay for getting old. I didn't think it would happen this fast, but here we are, and I don't want to buy any more contacts because my insurance will cover a year's worth. I just have to wait for January, so I'm wearing glasses until then, y'all. I'm gonna look like a librarian. I asked on Instagram if you guys had any questions for me, and I thought I would do a wrap with me Q&A. So I've got some really juicy good questions, so let's get started. Before I jump into this, I want to talk a little bit about the presents that I'm going to be wrapping. So we decided to get 2 children from the Angel Tree, which means that they're children who might otherwise not have any gifts for Christmas. These are foster children that we got, and we got a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, and we got to buy them gifts. So as you guys know, I am an affiliate with Grove Collaboratives. A few weeks ago, I mentioned that I was going to be giving all of that money that I made this month back in some way. So I first want to say, before we start wrapping, thank you guys so much because you guys helped us buy these gifts for these children. So if you purchase through my link in the month of November or December, I used the money that I made through Grove Collaborative in November and December to purchase the gifts for the kids. I don't make all that much. I'm gonna be honest, like, people don't always buy through my link. I'm not a huge person. I don't get tons of people who click and buy. I made, so far this month and last month through the whole Christmas campaign, about $70. So I used all that $70 to buy these gifts. I may get more money this month, and if I do, I will find something else to do with it. But I wanted to go ahead and buy these gifts so I can go ahead and turn them in so they can be given to the kids and let you guys know that that was one of the things that I have done with the money I've made so far. Thank you for purchasing through my link, and thank you so much for being a part of helping us make these kids Christmas. So I'm going to go through this and answer a couple questions here and there in between wrapping presents. I know you guys don't want to listen to me babble on the whole time, but I wanted to answer some questions that you guys have been asking, and so let's jump right into those. So the first question I always get, always, without a doubt, when I ask you guys to ask me questions is, do I want more children? If you've been watching me, you know that the answer to that is probably no. I don't want more kids. I'm really bad at being pregnant. I'm just crazy and I just hate it, and it's just not something I love. Like, yes, being pregnant is magical and great, but it's not for me. So I don't really want more kids. Plus, like, my life is a hot enough mess, okay? Like, can you imagine me with 3 kids? I would never even, I would die. I wouldn't make it. The 2 I have already kill me most of the time, let's be real. Next question is, who takes your Instagram pictures when your husband is gone? All right, girlfriend, my husband hardly takes my Instagram pictures when he's here, and if he does, I'm like, nope, take another one. Nope, take another one. Nope, take another one. Nope, take another one. So it's better if I just do it myself. The one game changer for me was when I bought a tripod for my phone that comes with a Bluetooth remote. You heard me right. Bluetooth remote. Yes, it's amazing. Literally the best purchase I've ever made. I might look a little bit crazy standing out there with my Bluetooth remote and my camera trying to take a picture of my outfit, but it is amazing and so great. Now, don't get me wrong, my husband is turning into quite the Instagram husband, and he's getting really good at it. So when he is home, I like to ask him to take pictures, especially if we're out in public, because that's a lot less weird than breaking out my tripod. The next question is, how do you not get affected by hate? So first of all, I am my own worst critic. Like, I am so hard on myself. So anytime that somebody would tell me something of mine sucks, I'd be like, I know. Second of all, I just want to say that when you get to a point in your life where you're like really secure in what you're doing and you're really happy, people who don't like you don't bother you anymore. There was definitely a time where people who didn't like me really bothered me, but I think working in like a corporate position in a world where people don't always like you, you have people that you work with every day that don't like you. I used to have people that worked for me that literally hated me for no real good reason, you know? People suck. There's people in the world that suck. As soon as you realize that, then it doesn't matter what anybody says or what they think. Screw them. Like, I don't care. You wanna hate on me? Go for it. I know I'm doing good. I'm happy. I haven't done anything wrong. I have nothing to be afraid of if people don't like me, so hate on, bitches. So I'm gonna wrap some presents, and I will be back to answer more questions in a little bit. let's answer some more questions. Next question is, do I ever plan on leaving Florida? That question is from my friend Brittany. You guys probably know her. Yes, at some point we definitely plan on leaving Florida. Tim's parents will end up back in North Carolina with his grandma and his aunt and uncle and cousins. So at some point, more than likely, we will end up moving back to North Carolina. Even though I love Florida, I want a bigger house and I want to have more people around, because with Tim being gone all the time, it really sucks to be alone. I am awful at wrapping presents. Oh my god. If they're not like a perfect square, I suck at this.
Oh, hi.
The next question is, have we done the angel tree before? Actually, I've never done an angel tree. This is the first year that I have been able to do that. And so obviously a lot of it's thanks to you guys, but I had planned on doing something like this either way. I feel like Cadence is at the age where she needs to understand that not everybody gets all the things that she has. And also, I just like the idea of that. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There's been a lot of times in my life where I have not been the most well-off person. I did not grow up with a ton of money. My parents always pulled out all the stops for Christmas, but I get the fact that parents need help, and I have been in that position to where I was very fortunate that I had a family to help me, and I have had Christmases where I was unable to buy anything for Cadence. Like the first Christmas that she was alive, I didn't have the money to buy her presents. So luckily my mom, my dad was able to buy her some things, but like honestly, I wasn't. So I get it, and I want to help as much as I can. I'm very happy that I am in a place now where I can do this. The next question is, how do I keep my ish together? First of all, I don't. I honestly might come off on camera like I have it together, but I really don't. My house is literally always messy. I clean the same thing 500 times a day just to make it look halfway decent. I spend a lot more time on my phone and my computer than I should. I wear sweatpants all the time. I don't like to brush my hair. Like, honestly, you guys, I do not have it together, and that is why I'm on YouTube, because I want to share with you guys that I don't have it all together, and it's okay to not have it all together. The one thing I will say though, as far as like trying to keep my sanity in some way, shape, and form, is that I make a lot of lists. That's what keeps me on track to getting videos out and getting things accomplished around my house, because otherwise I would just walk around like a crazy person. I would not know what to do. I have to have direction, so I make a ton of lists. Every single day I make a to-do list. So that is my one piece of advice for you. If you are the hot mess mom like me, then you gotta make a list if you wanna get anything accomplished. How do you deal with splitting the holidays with Cadence's dad? If you guys don't know the backstory very well, it's because I've never really talked about it, but Cadence's dad and I have not been together since like before I found out I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant like right after we broke up, and we never got back together. So we knew for the whole time that we weren't gonna end up being like this happy little family on Christmas, and that's okay. It happens to people. Things happen, relationships don't work out. There was a reason for everything. You know, I'm so happy about the way that everything has turned out. So yes, it sucks to not have your kid with you for every holiday, but it's just the life that we live, and there's nothing that being so upset and freaking out about it will do. It just is how it is. All right, so the next question is a kind of heavy question. Like I mentioned earlier, my dad recently passed away, so I got a lot of questions about how I'm doing, how the kids are doing, how the dog is doing, and how I'm feeling about spending Christmas without him. I also had someone ask, like, how do you deal with grief at Christmas, and do I have any advice? So first of all, I wanna say that you deal with grief in whatever way you need to. If you wanna cry, cry. If you don't, don't. If you wanna keep moving forward and try to distract yourself, do it. Whatever you feel like you need to do it. And you have to remember, the one thing that has given me comfort in all of this is that sometimes life sucks. Sometimes life sucks for a really, really long time. The last year of my life has been really, really rough. But even when things are so bad, there is always something good in it. There's always a moment that is good, and there's always a time where you can be like, okay, this was one happy moment in the middle of all this darkness. So that is my advice, is to find those happy moments and cling to those even when things are bad. As for how we're doing, the best thing I can say is that I feel like I am swimming. And you know how when you're swimming, your hair goes out behind you, and you can swim and swim and swim, but if you stop swimming, everything catches up with you. That's how I feel. I feel like if I keep going, it's there. I know it's there, but it stays behind me and I can deal with it. But if I stop, then that's when I get really upset. And because I'm by myself most of the time, because I have a family to like support and be around, I cannot stop. I have to keep going. I can't just sit and wallow in it, and my dad wouldn't want me to. He told me that a million times. He had a very different outlook on death, and so he always talked about how it was just, you're just in the other room. You're just right around the corner, like you're always there. And that's kind of just how I have remembered it. I know my dad's around, so I try to take comfort in that. As far as the kids, Callie sometimes asks where he is. She doesn't obviously get it. She doesn't understand at all. There's no way for her to understand. Cadence understands, but she doesn't really like to talk about it that much. So I don't try to make her. I don't want her to talk about it if it's something that she doesn't want to talk about. I don't really want to talk about it constantly either, but I try to let her know that if she does want to talk, she can, and if she's sad, that that's okay. But that's, you know, that's how she's dealing with it. She does like to go out to his house and stay out there and look at all of his things, and so do I. I mean, so we're kind of on the same page, I guess. As far as his dog, yes, his dog is staying. Actually, that dog was my dog when I was in high school. I got it for a gift from him for Christmas when I was like a sophomore in high school. So she will be staying with me, obviously. I mean, where else would she go? I'm not going to just send her away. That would be literally the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. So she's gonna be staying here. She is doing okay. I mean, she doesn't really seem to have that much of a change. The one thing I will say is like the day that he passed, like she sat on him like on the bed for the longest time. So I think she knows, but she's doing the best she can with it, just like the rest of us, I guess. So the next couple questions are super easy and Christmas related. The first one is, what's my favorite Christmas movie? My favorite Christmas movie is The Santa Claus with Tim Allen. I love that movie. I also just watched The Christmas Chronicles, and if you haven't watched that, it's on Netflix and it's really, really good. So I suggest that. Look at that, you guys, a wrapping paper bag. That's what I do when I don't know how to wrap something like this and I don't have a box. I make a bag for it. What do I want for Christmas? Well, I want a water cooler full of wine or somebody to come clean my house. But I think I'm just gonna ask for a blender because that seems more reasonable. The next Christmas related question is, will I be seeing my family for the holidays? My brother will be here on Christmas Day. As far as my mom, she will not be here. She has some health issues that make it very difficult for her to travel long distances, so it's very far. It's like a 15 or 16 hour drive to get there, so I don't blame her. Tim's grandma actually will be here, so Tim's sister, and then our brother-in-law, and then Cadence, Callie, my brother. There'll be enough people, so I won't be all alone or anything. The last question I'm gonna address is a culmination of questions about Tim. People asked everything from about his schedule to about what he does to where he is, will he be home for Christmas, all that. So let me just go into that a little bit. So my husband Tim works in the oil field. He works in Texas. He's gone for 28 days at a time, and then he comes home for 14. As of right now, that will never change on the rig that he's on. He will always do that schedule. If he decides to go to like a different company at some point or go to like a different job, then yes, that might change. Some people work 3 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Some people work 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. It's very rare that he would get to come home every day, so that's like why we wouldn't ever move out there. He would still be working 12 and a half hours a day. I would literally still never see him, and then I'd be completely alone. At least I have a couple people here. How do I deal with everything while he's gone? I just do. I mean, I don't know how to answer that question besides you just do what you gotta do, you know? Just get up every day and you do it, and you come up with a routine and you just get through it. When you're faced with things that you don't think you can do, if you have no choice but to do them, you do them. I come up with a good schedule. I work from home now, thanks to you guys, and yes, it sucks. There are some days where I need 5 gallons of wine. There are days where I am done. As weird as it sounds, you get used to it, and it's not that bad. And then how do I feel about him being gone over Christmas? Well, obviously that sucks, but unfortunately it's the nature of the job. They don't give a ish if it's Christmas, New Year's, or if the Pope just landed on top of the oil rig. You working. It doesn't matter. You working. So I've worked in the service industry my whole life, so I have worked Christmas, I have worked New Year's, I've worked New Year's Eve, I've worked Thanksgiving, I've worked Black Friday, I've worked every holiday. So for me, it's just part of the job. I don't know. I mean, it sucks this year. I wish he could be home, but he can't, and there's nothing I can do about it. I know that sounds so like melancholy, but what am I gonna do? I can't do anything about it. Do I think that he understands how difficult it is for me? I'm sure he does. He grew up in like a military family, so his dad was always gone and his mom was caring for everything at home. I'm certain that he understands, but I have no idea how difficult it is for him. Like, let me put it into perspective for you guys. Last night, it was 15 degrees where he is. It snowed 3 feet Did he get to stop working? No. Does he work outside? Yes. He works outside all night long. For 12 hours, he worked outside in the freezing cold, snow, wind, blizzard, shenanigan. They just keep working. Like, that's just what they do. I don't know what that's like. So, yeah, it's hard for me, and some days suck for me, but really this is a privilege. I don't have to work outside my home. I get to stay home. I get to take care of my kids. I get to stay in my warm house. So like, yeah, it sucks sometimes. It's very, very difficult, and he understands that, and he's happy to help me when he gets home. But his job sucks so much more than it would ever suck for me. I don't even know how he does it. Like, it's just mind-blowing, and I'm so thankful for him. But he likes it. He likes his job. He wants to keep doing it. It's just cold. It's just hard labor. So it's just a hard situation for everyone. So we just try to make the best out of it. What are you gonna do? You know, you just have no choice. You have to make the best out of it. All right, so that's all my questions. So I'm gonna finish up wrapping these presents, and then we will wrap up this video. I have lost my scissors probably 450 times while I've been doing this. I cannot be the only person that does that. I know I'm not. So I'm done wrapping presents now, and I've got everything wrapped, I think, and I'm ready to take it all tomorrow to the drop-off location. I did also get 2 gift cards for them to go along with what I got them. Their wish list said mostly gift cards, but I wanted to make sure they had something to open up on Christmas, so I did get them gift cards, which you obviously won't see here, but I wanted to also get them presents, and I'm so happy that you guys were able to help me. If you purchased through my link, thank you. Thank you so much. I really, truly appreciate it. That is it for today's video. I feel like this video is so long, so if it is, sorry. I'm gonna try to make it as concise as possible, but I will see you guys in our next video, and if you have any suggestions or you want me to elaborate on anything that I answered, comment down below. If you made it to the end, let me know. Do you love wrapping presents or do you hate it? I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's a very Christmassy thing to do, but I sure suck at it. All right, so thank you guys so much. If you have not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, click the bell if you wanna know when to upload, and go follow me on Instagram as well. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!